Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's fine, Sam. It's a perfect place. You come here to join. So I used to do a lot of teaching for complete technical analysis for the stocks and options. So today we will. I'll share the Google Drive and knowledge. Let me share my screen here. Okay. I hope you see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, this is the main content and a lot of materials here. So I'll explain all the candlestick chart patterns and what is it like. How do you know like when the market is already and expecting a correction or whether the market is reversal patterns are happening and things like that. So it's very important to understand this technical analysis for your trading. So if you learn technical analysis, you will be well off. Uh, Become a master in trading. That's what I would say. Like a lot of people, they just put money, and without even knowing, like some of your friends say, some stocks you just go and buy it. But I want to teach something which I give some knowledge as chart setups, so that you should be able to by end of these sessions you should be able to do analysis by your own, and you become master for the trading, like just by yourself. I know like there is a lot of experience required, but in a nutshell, whatever from my knowledge, as a analyst and also a portfolio manager, like I used to do a lot of these things earlier. So just want to so give something a knowledge sharing session for myself. So before this session, I'll say like if somebody do not have any of our Telegram apps details, I'm going to share it today. First of all, so these are my trading Telegram groups. I have Best Choice Premium Options Alert channel where a lot of news content is happening. Best Choice Trading Academy. Yeah, there's a lot of news content, everything automated. And SEC filings also, like let's say Tesla earnings or Nvidia earnings or anything. So if you see somewhere some breaking financial news and things like that, it automatically, this is just to give you an heads up what's happening in the market. If somebody you're new or a regular trader, it is important to understand some of these uh, like news, so that that fluctuates the market, right? So so it's very important to understand the news. So I always keep it like have a good news, just whatever the news comes up, just try to please at least look at the, you don't have to go into the website, you just take a look at on the, just understand in an eye level what's happening, just reading the message itself, that will give you some quick information what's happening with the stuff. So, I mean, this is some initially to just to get started with. I have added a couple of websites here, NASDAQ, CNBC, investing, and things like that. So I felt like this is a good start. Somebody who is pretty new, start understanding the market and knowing the market news is very, very important. And also I have the algo trades, which basically tells the ES futures, NQ, Apple, and some of the stocks. I have this SOXL and VIX and Bitcoin as well. I have buy signal, I have sell signal. Somebody who's very active in the market can just like start looking at the futures and see what's happening today and start trading. Okay, I'll explain how this algo trades signals works also. And we have Best Choice Stocks Premium Elite channel, which is for mainly for stocks. A lot of our stocks did pretty good. from last couple of months. So far, the market is recovering. I think that like market is even going to break out higher from now because there is no recession. I mean, Powell itself mentioned there's no recession right now. So I'm expecting market to break above 480 and touch 500 SPY mainly. So yeah, let me share the link. If you do not have it, I strongly suggest you should have all these links. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. For this, you need to install Telegram app in your phone or desktop. I install on my phone and desktop as well. It's up to you, like how you want to get the alerts. But sometimes I get the alerts over phone and my watch as well. But I would say like just to try to concentrate more on these channels, especially BC Stocks Premium Elite channel and BC Premium Options Elite channel. I I strongly suggest this channel, especially for options. I try to give my best before I give. I try to nowadays like I'm just giving like one or two or three of maximum two option trades for a day, so that like I know everybody is busy with their office schedule, and we want to earn some money passively, right? If you look, I'll just give in the morning like 9:30 or 10 o'clock, sometime, right? So. A lot of these trades, like SPX, is basically it's a option trade, and which is very it a must trade. I would say like you can make like huge money with the SPX trade. At the same time, you can lose everything as well. But I suggest as a beginner, just start watching these mm, SPX trades. I would say like just stay away from SPX for a while. Start doing a regular trading with regular options. Then, if you're comfortable with SPY and other stocks, then I would say like okay, you can go ahead with the SPX, right? Yeah, we made good profits on SPX trades last couple of days. I had around four contacts and like from $290 it went around 1790. Okay, so like it all depends like how many contracts you want to buy, whether you want to buy just one or two or three or four. So like once you start mature about like once you get your experience on the market, and then you will get in confidence to go or like to go big. And but I suggest go keep always whatever your options. Let's say your uh, portfolio is around 20,000, right? So do not like go above $1,000 on a one single trade. I would suggest try to keep it like as less as possible. Some people say like 2 to 3% on your portfolio. Okay, but some are like they trade like if you have $5,000 account and you're trying to trade like $200, $300. That's fine. Sometimes you need to take some chances. You need to hit your target. So that's fine. As long as you make $100, $200 consistently, go with that approach. The more less riskier is always better. The stocks and options all are risky assets, and you can lose all the money At the same time, you can gain a lot of money as well. So be careful with what you trade. So this is the main thing, and I also have a Discord group. If you're okay, this is the Best Choice Trading Discord group. I have a couple of free stocks channel, options channel, and so basic thing. Right now, I'm just not putting too much in Discord, but I would say like if you're interested more about learning the what's happening with this recent market news and those things, I'm just these are getting alerted at Twitter feeds, and this is something important and some important news like I keep posting. Uh, Also, like I used to do the algo trades. If you look at it, so a lot of this algo trades also, you get alerts in the Discord. If you're a Discord person, this is a right place for you. You can just get. But right now, I'm not alerting in the Discord channel because I'm just using Telegram as mainly as my trading alerts. So with all that, let's just to get start the technical answer session. Mm, so I know like a lot of people know me already, but I just say like myself, Shrikant Anmantappa, and right now I'm based out of Seattle. I mean, I've been doing this like as I'm a regular software developer just to do this passively, to just for my own, portfolio management, and like I also like handle a couple of other portfolios, friends and family. So like I'm just trying to do this because we all get trained and make some passive money. Let me open the first week. So this whole session, the next 8 weeks, I'll be doing a lot of chart types like chart setups, the patterns, moving averages, Bollinger Band, and multi-time frames, and value analysis, like how to read the value, how to read the tape. So some of these important, they're very important for understanding what's happening with the market. Whether the Tesla is buying, getting a lot of buyers or the sellers, how do you really see? Like I will show some live examples, trading examples, or you can just watch out and do. Sometimes if I get a time, right now with my office schedule and everything, I get some point of time. I would be doing some time live trading sessions, sometime in the morning or evening as well. So hopefully that helps for everybody here. So on, we also cover a couple of trend lines, channels, triangles, Fibonacci ratios. These are very important Fibonacci ratios, and price target calculations, and how to use a Thinkorswim table, and how to use the charts for day trade, swing trade, and options trading. Also, some of the other indicators like MACD, Ishimoku, pivot points, TTM squeeze, VWAP, and parabolic support and resistance, and point of control, volume profile, point of control, average true range, on balance volume, and this is the ADX and DMI. I'll tell you what they are and what is GMMA. And other important things to know during regular market day, what are the things you need to look at, and how do you want to predict whether market today is going to be bullish or bearish day? How you want to predict it, right? So I'll give a lot of scanners as well, so that you start running over those scanners, and then you should be able to find your own stocks and for your investments. It is not just for the regular day-to-day trading. This knowledge is for forever. I would say, like, you can use it for forever, and which I usually spend a lot of my earlier days spending, like giving $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 to live trading groups. I used to follow a lot of them, and then I just give. I learned a lot of some stuff, and then I compiled some of these things, and then share it with you. So this today we will just see what is the chart, what are the important components in it, and what are the important multiple time frames for the stocks, right? So if you do not have a Thinkorswim app, I strongly suggest open a TD Ameritrade account. That's the first thing. So I'll share some slides. Let's say NVIDIA. Okay. Right. So on my this is Thinkorswim app. Basically, this is a trading app in the desktop app. So this is like I have a TD Ameritrade account. If you do not have one, I suggest open a tdmtrade.com. Yeah, just open an individual account, open a new account, and individual account. And some of these stuffs are basic visa and other stuff. I strongly suggest open it, and you will get you can open the account within the first day itself. You can just start using it right away within 5 minutes. And once you get this, then you install. Don't install Thinkorswim web. I suggest use a Thinkorswim desktop app only. This is the first thing you should have it. I also have a mobile app also. I'll explain how to use that as well. Clearly, just see. If it's your system is 64-bit, use a 64-bit or a 32-bit. This is first thing you should do it. So let me open the NVIDIA stocks chart here. So yeah, as you see, like I have these scanners. I have built a scanner. So and this scanner have a lot of stocks, whichever is like all the market. I mean, at least the mid to large market cap. I know like what stocks are going up today, and then what stocks are like Europe did pretty good, right? And QuantumScape did pretty good. And then Boston Beer, Sam, it also went up 16%. Expo did pretty good. Expo, we have it in our portfolio. And then if you see, we got it around. We bought around $11 and we still hold it. So now it's a nice breakout for Expo. So like that, like if you see, like you have a good looking green scanner here for your day-to-day trading. I also have penny stock scanner also. I'll give that also if you are focus, right? Penny stocks like that. So I have an NVIDIA stock right now. NVIDIA is still bullish in my, but it's having a resistance right now. So it's having the resistance right now at 481. I mean, if it break above 481, it could see higher price targets. So I'll just want to start with the basic clean chart. I'll remove all the studies. Okay, if you look, this is the chart for NVIDIA. All right. This is the chart for NVIDIA, and this NVIDIA chart, it says basically from what is this data is, right? So if you look at the x-axis, this is the time, and the y-axis, this is the price. The price. How did the stock uh, reacted based on the timeline? So if you look for stock NVIDIA already went up to $480, and it was like before earnings, it was around around 260 last time, right? 262 the last time, and then it bounced higher. Now we are looking at a candlestick chart pattern. We're looking at the candlestick chart pattern. So first thing you have to understand, there are different chart types. If you look at the chart types, basically you have a bar, chart bars, and you also have candle trend, Akinashi line also you have, and at the same time you also have some area. You can just display how you want. I mean, regular those who don't know anything, so they will. This is how they feel like. Okay, the stock is moving up. I wanted just to see the chart in the area, right? And all it tells is like NVIDIA started from. NVIDIA was around last October. It was around 130. Now it's already 3 times above its price, right? So almost 300% profit. And how you want to find the stocks like that? Okay, what stocks is actually going up, right? Simple indicators I'll give today. How to find out a good stock like this? Like Nvidia. I know Nvidia is good, but we want to find some stocks similar to Nvidia, right? So for that, we follow mainly candlestick chart patterns. Okay, this is the uh, chart pattern we like to see in our chart. Okay, so if you look, the green candle tells the stock went up. Okay, and the red candlestick tells the stock went down. Okay, that's what the green and red is. So green means the stock started somewhere here, right? And then went up all the way and closed right here. That's why you can see the green candle. And if you look at this candlestick, stock was somewhere here, and then it dropped all the way to the down. Yeah, this is just a simple candlestick chart. I'll explain in detail what these are, what are these wicks, and what is this. So you call this is a body, and this is the wicks, right? The sticks are called as wicks. This is the body, and this is the wick. So let's take some similar example here. A lot of these things are theory. I don't want to go more in theory, right? So explain what is chart types: line chart, bar chart, and a candlestick chart. We look at candlestick charts and charts in a multiple time frame. I explain that. So if you look, I know everybody is at least know the charts. That's why I'm not going like very basic level. I'm just starting something little advanced charting right away, because I understand you all can just start knowing this a lot easily. So first thing is, if the stock went up, you see a green, right? And sometimes you have 2 weeks here, sometimes you have 1 week here. Okay. So what is this candlestick chart patterns like candlestick represents, right? This is very basic information you need to know for charts. Now I'll just yeah. So if you look, right? I mean, some sample candlestick. Okay. This is high. This is low. Open and close. Okay. So you have to understand, like, this is like a look like a candles. This looks like a candlestick. Okay. The stock, let's say this is Tesla. This is 250, 260, 70. So imagine on a particular day, let's say 7/28, Friday, Tesla stock, it was around 260 when it started trading. Okay. And it went to all the way to 250 low on that particular day, and it went all the way to 280, but it found some sellers and it closed around $270, right? So what's the lowest stock price value on that day? That's all your low wick will tell you. What's the stock's highest value was on that day will tell you this is the I wick. And the stock went up, right? So it opened around 260 and then it went all the way to 280, but dropped to it closed around $270. This is very important thing for any candlestick chart pattern to understand, right? So similarly, I will do. So this is NVIDIA stock. Let's say high is around 470 and low is around 430, and it opened up somewhere around 460, but went all the way to 440. Right. So in this case, stock went up, the green candle, but for NVIDIA, stock went down. That's why it's a red candle. So here, high and low wicks are same. It opened here and closed around 440. Okay. So this is like fundamental thing you need to know for a candlestick chart pattern. So what this represents, this represents a daily candlestick. Daily candlestick. So it tells you the story, what happened in a day, what was the high and what was the low value for the stock, and when it was open and when it was closed. This was used by Chinese earlier for trading the rices. And but I mean, like eventually it came to markets. I mean, everybody use the candlestick chart pattern. Okay. Again, whether the market, like whether whether you want to know like whether Tesla is a bullish or a bearish. I means like whether it is like Tesla or many people are trying to buy or selling it or what's happening, right? The more thicker this body, that tells you what's happening with the stock, right? That tells you the story, right? If this body is less, I mean thin, that means, oh, you don't know like what's may happen. That could be reversals, right? The more bigger these candles, that means there is more many people want to buy this stock, and it will keep going upper and higher and higher. Same similarly for Nvidia, it went from it started around $460 stock, and it went to a high of 470, but it dropped to the low of 430, but it closed around $440. The same thing with here in the chart. Okay, I'll explain. Let's say you will take a look at SPY. All right, SPY, it has a big candle right here, right? Which means there's a lot of selling pressure coming up, right? Like the market went down for SPY went down from 459, 459.4944 to all the way to 451. 8 points down. Okay. So now if you're looking at other candlestick, this is bigger. That means there is some lot of fear coming. It's at the resistance level. Market may go down, maybe some like days down the line. But we also wanted to take a look at how is the other candles working along with this, right? So if you look at this candlestick, this is like the wicks is here, the higher wick is here, the body is close to the higher wick. That means there is a buying pressure also happening, right? So that's what today I'll explain. Like, depends on looking at the candlestick, you should be able to see whether we have more buying pressure or selling pressure. Last 727, right? Last Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Thursday we had selling pressure, but on Friday we had a lot of buying pressure, right? So as long as if the candlestick go above this level, it's a positive sign. It's a breaking out sign. Okay, this is like something when you look at the chart, you should be able to tell, oh, okay, what's happening, what is going to happen, happening in the future, right? I know like nobody can predict the future, but at least you need to have some kind of a prediction, technique or a mindset, so that you know what is going to happen in the market. That is very, very important for trading. I know like a lot of this data is the whole data. I know we can do some analysis on the data. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll just do some simple analysis, right? If you look on SPY bottomed out here on last 2011 October, right? And similarly, it went up. It had an somewhat it recovered pretty good, and now you see like market went down badly last October, right? From October onwards, March also it went down a bit, and October it recovered pretty good, and then from after that there is no looking back. Market is like rock solid. It's keep going up and up and up, right? So what I draw, I'll just remove drawings, clear drawing sets, right? If I look at this chart, I don't really understand what is the pattern right now, right? Let's say I have some money, I need to invest in the market. How do I know whether I should invest in this market? So first of all, you should always see that chart is in a nice ascending chart pattern. Okay, nice ascending chart pattern. So ascending chart pattern, the stock is keep going up and up and up. Then only you are looking to invest, right? By just looking at the plain data, you don't understand something. So I'll draw a few analytic indicators, right? Okay, so let's say I want to do some exponential moving average. I'll do like 5-day, and I also do a breakout signals on this. Right. So if you see, there are multiple. I went to what I did here. I went to edit studies, and I added a exponential moving average, and also I set up the analysis. Give me the breakout signals buy or sell, right? Up signal is green, down signal is red, and then our EXP is this blue color. Right. So you have so many red and green, so you might get lost with just a couple of indicators. Okay. So instead, I will keep a simple study like, okay, I have 5 and I will add a let's say I do a 10. Okay. I see a lot of other noise here. I'll just remove this. Okay. So now let's take a look at Tesla, not the SPY. Let's take a look at Tesla. I added some exponential moving averages to know whether should I go for should I go for buying the stock or not, right? Right. So when Tesla came around $100, right? Nobody want to buy it because it is like falling so badly. But at the same time, now all of a sudden, market just jumped, started recovery, and then we are realizing like, okay, it is not going to go up, but still it went up, went up, went up. So as a long-term investor, okay, they would have frankly speaking, like, I'll do a weekly chart. If I were you, right? So it was around 414, right? The moment the stock is dropping down here or somewhere, wherever, like, it can start showing some weaker buying volume. So you have to sell it out, right? So today we will try to come up with the Tesla. Take Tesla stock as an example and identify when to get in, when to buy, and when to sell based on certain moving average exponential. Okay, I'll explain what is moving average exponential later, but just understand the concept, like, when to buy and when to sell. So right now I'm looking at a weekly chart. Okay, so in the chart basically represent the data, right, on the stock information, like, okay, how much it opened up, how much it closed, how much it had a high, and how much it had a low. That's what it has, the information in every candlestick for last couple of days. So I want to look at the chart from last 1 year, okay, and with the candlesticks represent the data of 1 day. On 1 day, what happened, right? On 1 day, what happened? So if you look, I also added this exponential moving average, a simple 5-day exponential moving average and 10-day exponential moving average. Okay. So for you to start knowing, okay, if you do not know, like, uh, what is a chart study buy signal, okay, and what is a sell signal, right? So the moment the moving average exponential 5 going about 10 is a buy signal for me. Okay. The this green wave, the green line is going above the red line. That means market is covering for Tesla. So Tesla is getting some buyers right here. So you might have bought it in on 166 right here, and then you are still continue to hold. But if you look right now, it is in a kind of a reversal mode. So it is already sold out. So the moment, as long as the green line stays above the red line, you're going to hold on to the stock. Let's say 167, I will go buy and hold on to it on a daily chart, and keeps continue to rise, go higher and higher, and it will just so at this 273, it is talking like a 279. It's the green is going below the red line, which is a bearish sign for me. So a lot of investors just sell their positions right here, and they wait for the next buy signal to come, then only they will get into it. So you also need to do the similar. I'm not saying like you follow the same indicator, but I'm just saying, like, okay, as long as the chart setup says buy, you should go buy. That's how you should do it. Not like, oh, okay, you have some money and then, oh, you need to start investing. No, that's not the right way. So right now, what I'll do, I'll just give maybe a 5 minutes break for now, and we'll yeah, I will start again after 5 minutes break. If you have any questions or anything, just keep me posted in the chat section. I will explain how this. So I got a buy signal at 160, 166, 169, or even also, like, the moment you start going above the red line, the green line is going over red line. That means it's a buying. It's a good buying thing right here. Right here, it start going above, right? As long as it's overlapping, that's fine. I'm okay with that, but it should continue consistently to rise. That's all. Okay. So this is, I buy the Tesla stock at 166, and if you look, when it says it start going down, we can 277, right? So let's take a look when we bought Tesla. Okay, so if you see, we had an alert buying Tesla at 167. target 174 and 185. Right, this was given in April, and now we're looking around 266, almost $100 per stock. Right. So I'll just try to correlate how you can generate a buying and selling for a Tesla stock, right? So I mean, this is just an initial high level view of what is technical analysis. We'll go more in detail. Maybe we'll take 5 minutes break, and then we can just get started. If you have any questions, you can ask now. Unmute yourself, you can ask now, or we can take a break. Anybody has any questions?
Hey, Shrikant, this is Swapnil here. So it's not a technical question, but it's just a general question. So question is like, what motivates you to do this?
The training sessions.
Yeah, like teaching and all. Like, why you are so into it?
Yeah, my dad is a teacher, and I just want to do that here. And I also love math and finance, and that's why I do it.
Oh, okay, cool. You're not here only for the money, right?
No, I'm not here for money, just to share some info to others as well. Because I know like a lot of people who are lost in especially US, a lot of people lost their a lot of money, finding the right knowledge and the right thing. They might have spent like a lot of thousands of dollars, learning some stuff and things like that. So this is to just to give a very end-to-end knowledge sessions for those who want to learn and make money in the market. I mean, it's more like a service. That's what I'm like. I just take a little bit. I mean, like I'm just only charging like $600 per people who are interested in my service, like for an year. Otherwise, like I'm just trying to do this mainly for people.
That's good, man. Sounds exciting. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Swapnil.
Shri, this is Sudarshan here. Shri, a quick thing, like whenever you want to buy, say for example, Tesla, okay? Now, do you see hourly chart for a buy signal? See this predominantly for a year, it shows. You are doing daily, right? So, but on a daily basis, tomorrow morning, how would I know whether I need to buy Tesla or you see, I need to wait?
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good question, Sudarshan. So, so what I do is I have certain time frame I follow. Okay. So now this is a daily chart. Okay. So, I mean, those who for a long term traders, they will go back to like a weekly chart. But if I am trying to swing a option trading, okay, I'm trying to swing an option trading, and I want to know what's happening with this, right? So first thing is I'll start looking at the 4-hour chart. This is for any options trading. This is what I do. Like 4-hour, I start with 4-hour chart and see what's happening with the 4-hour. So if you're looking at this, there is a candle, went down right below, right? Right below and the green line is going below the red line. Okay. So I follow basically like 5 and 12. I mean, and that is just for your reference. You can just use however you want. So if you look at this is the 5 EMA going below 12 EMA, where you see a candle right here, it is dropping. The moment, there is one thing I'll tell you, if any candle have a pressure of selling is going below this both the two lines, that means there is a bearish. This is the candlestick you need to concentrate. And you need, okay, now I'll start for, let's say, So if you look right here, on Wednesday, okay, so we had some earnings calls, but yeah, for 3:30 it didn't happen. Expecting Tesla to do good, Tesla did not do good. So what I did, I bought a puts right here. The next day, immediately we bought the puts right away for 265 puts. Right, it did touch down 265. It even touched the almost around 255 as well on Friday. Okay, so I mean the moment I look at the 4-hour chart, I see what's happening to trading this level, and then if you look here, I mean there is this candle. This candle mentions, oh, this candle is above all these candles. That means there is a big institute is trying to load the money here. Somebody is trying to load the money here. The every time some institute trying to short it, that is finding a buyer right here. So it's a good support so far. See, this is the good support so far for this stock. Yeah, as long as Tesla try to break out above here, yes, it can go up from here, but as long as it's trying to drop, it is going to drop for next to this one. So I look at 4-hour chart, and the second thing is I'll see like until when it is changing its like the momentum. It changed the momentum to the bearish here, but here it changed to the bullish. So that is all because of the next day the GDP went high, and then Powell speech happened, and this is like it will just this is your entry point and this is your exit point, for your option trade. So
Okay.
I look at 4-hour, and also sometimes for some of the SPX, I look at 1-hour chart.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are like you want to sell, you want to buy something today and sell for maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, first look at 4-hour chart and then start looking at 1 hour as well to see what's happening. If you look at 1 hour also, it kind of tells a pretty much same story. Actually, you buy and then you can see. So this will represent your, or especially for swing trading. Sometimes the stock can go reverse, right? You cannot do much. It should just exit out and then just come out. I mean, you make money when market is in the same direction, but when it turns the price, that whether it's like from bullish to bearish, bearish to bullish, that is where you need to okay, I'm done with my trade and let's end it.
Okay. But if at all, if you're doing a day trading, so I want to get in and get out on the same day.
Mm-hmm. Then you need to look at 5-minute chart.
5 minute, huh? Okay.
Then you need to look at 5-minute chart. If you look
again, it is the same as far as the indicators go. Same indication, right?
okay. Yeah, for a day trading, I look at 30 minutes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
First thing is I look at 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, I see it's selling. Then I start trading in the 5-minute chart. Or you
Okay.
can just leave, if you look at this here, it dropped. That means buyer puts. The 5 EMA dropped below 12 EMA. You just you buy the puts and
Okay.
hold until this green reverse to the red.
Right.
So
Okay.
basically, you need to trust your chart and trust and stick to one timeline, like 30 minutes or 1 hour or 4 hours. What you really want to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Just a follow-up question on that. So, I think a lot of challenges we have, I mean, for me personally, is we understand the charts, we understand, the indicators, but how do you sort of come up with a strategy? Like, okay, this is a strategy which works. I mean, maybe if you can go through your experiences on how you have like a strategy, how you figure it out, and how you stick to it.
So with all this, so one thing for all your any of your stocks, first thing you need to take a look at is SPY or QQQ. Okay. Sometimes what happens, it's all you need to understand the entire market is algo based. Okay. Whenever the GDP data comes out, algos will take it down or take it up. It all computer based. Everything is completely technical analysis only. So what I see is you need to look at SPY and QQQ, what's happening, in that. So as long as you are very good and able to predict much better, and you need to see how do you see the futuristic events, right? So that is also you need to keep your things in your mind. Whatever every data is all the past, but I felt like EMAs are more closer. I mean, like they do react quickly and then they change their emotions and then they're very realistic. But I look at the next future events. That's another things you need to right. So if you look at the marketwatch.com, go to economic calendar, and like next what's happening, right? I know like August, July 31st, nothing much great. And August 1st, we have some manufacturing PMI, job openings. But the key thing for you is understand where are the catalyst events will take place. That is where you can see a lot of volatility and be ready to trade that volatility. These are all trigger points, where the market can go up more higher or more down. So, but at least you can predict, oh, okay, there is a FOMC meeting coming up. There might be some fear in everybody. I mean, everybody trade, most of the institutes, they always fear federal. I always think that there will be a lot of gradual, 50-60 points up and down in the SPY, SPX, and things like that's why I trade in those volatility dates. So it's important to know what's happening with the macro market level. That will give you the idea, okay, what is going to happen next. So if you look, only PMI we have for August 1st, but nothing much major, like some jobless claims and things like that. And FOMC already gave, so until August 10th, we have some core CPI on August 10th. Until then, I'm thinking market may bounce back. There's no fear in it. So you need to start locating these and having a edge on your account, buying your puts. I mean, these are the days you should do your SPX, because there is a lot of gradual thing. That's what I look at. I also look at the Bloomberg. The first thing I look is Bloomberg. If you have the website, you can just see what's happening. Or you can also look at the CNBC to see how the futures is coming. So another thing is, if you are trying to subscribe to CFRA is another research. CFRA is another research institute, and you can just get some subscription from them, or just like sometimes they are their own. I think every day morning you get some good APIs, and then so I'll mention a report I get them from every day. I can share that sometime down the line. The sessions itself, I will share it so that you know what's happening. So basically, what it tells is it give an idea what's happening with. Let's say, okay. So I'm looking at CNBC, and right now I'm just looking at Dow, S&P, Nasdaq, and oil futures. But what is happening with Asia? You need to take a look. What's happening with Europe? Take a look. right? Asia, Europe. So mostly if all are green, there is a tendency US market is going to be more greener. But again, US will follow its own catalyst events. But try to identify what are those catalytic events it's going to happen for the future. And market most of the time when there is no FMC meeting, it keeps going up and up and up and up. So you don't even care. And elections are coming. A lot of these things is now it's more like a political. So I believe until the elections you're going to have the market up, and then Biden say like, hey, we kept the market up, and the market I know like we were in a kind of a recession, but we came across of all these struggles, and then eventually we're going to move up. So a few things you need to take a look. And another site called investing.com. Investing.com also has a nice it will say good catalytic events. So follow this. You don't have to get into any of these subscription. You just follow some of these. If you look at economic calendar, this is really good. This site investing.com is really good. If somebody you want to really understand what's happening, and there was one trade I gave. On SPX puts, right? Yeah. So I do a lot of this research just before market and see like what's happening. So you get to know what's happening with China and Japan, and the Bank of Japan. They had some news and the market collapsed, right? So yeah, so those things, like if you look at this is only for next today and tomorrow, and just take a look at this week what's happening, anything major trends. You also have to look at how Europe, Asian, the interest rates hikes and other things. Like if you can also look at the GDP reports of China, India, Europe also. So just to guess what's happening, and sometimes like this some of the spy will trade. And so another main important thing is keep a tab on your earnings, right? If you want to know what's happening, like how to find out whose earnings whispers, this is the best to follow. So you take a look. Yeah, so you take a look right here. These are the earnings for multiple stocks for next week, right? So again, market is a sentimental based. You also have to understand, like everything is correlated in the market. Let's say the Snap is having a earnings, right? If Snap has earnings, anything related to social market, social media related to companies like Snap and Facebook, Meta and Google and whatever it is, like if Snap goes down, most these stocks also are tendency to go down further. So you need to come up with that thing. So anything you have to understand, like what influence these markets, right? Because everything is an algo based. They look at, okay, what's happening with Snap, what's happening with Apple, what's happening with Tesla. So I mean that is where it all comes down. So when the Tesla stock goes down, next day it is going to be a bearish day, mostly. If Microsoft did not do that well, it's going to be market is expected to be more bearish. So start like looking like future forward 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks ahead, and see what's going to happen. Keep an eye. Then based on that, you need to find your calls and options, puts, whatever you wanted to buy. So keep a tab on these events will help you out. So we have a couple of earnings for next. So if AMD, that will definitely affect Nvidia, TSM, right? Taiwan chip company, TSM, and MicroStrategy with Bitcoin. Bitcoin may move up and down. So a lot of correlated things. You just start doing that correlated things will help you out. If let's say if the Kruger is having earnings, all the retail sector will go up and down based on that particular thing. So that's what I found out with my experience. I'll give you more insights, whatever knowledge I have, so that like you get. I do some insider trading as well, to see some info. Take a look at finviz.com. Yeah, Finviz has some insiders also, and so some of these are see Netflix. Netflix, somebody is selling it, right? Options exercising. Yeah, take a look at these ones. People are trying to sell out almost close to 2 million. Yeah, I'll start giving more in detail in our continuous sessions. So maybe we'll take a break, maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll continue. Is that okay?
Yep, no problem for me.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll catch up. Can we start now?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I was just explaining about the multi-time frame chart, this one, right? So those who are very new to multi-time frame, so what is a multi-time frame chart, right? So it is looking at the data of the chart, right? So you wanted to take a look at the chart for how many years in what units, right? So you take an example of 1 year daily chart, and you are trying to look at how SPY did from last 1 year, right? From last how SPY did it. Okay, so it represents a chart of for a 1 year time action, like price action, and in the units of a daily chart. So one candlestick represent 1 day, right? So you should find like, so take a look. So one candlestick represents, yeah, this is a bearish day. Okay, this is going to be bearish day, and so the red, all the red candles are red days, and all the green are like more bullish days. The market consistently went up. So how do you predict, like, okay, now we are in a nice bullish market, right? So yeah, these are the one parameters I see right here. The candles are nicely rising above 5 and 12 EMA, which means their market is poised to do better, right? So this I'm seeing in a yearly chart. Now I'm a let's say I'm not that passive, I'm not that active trader. I'm trying to load some money to the market, and I'll be looking at a weekly chart, right? So if I look at weekly, what's happening with, so this year, each and every candlestick represents a 1 week of, right? But we're looking around 3 years of data in a weekly candlestick chart, right? So like that, we also have 180-day 4-hour chart also, right? You can choose how you want. So for that, just to go to this star sign here and favorite time frames. You can add your own favorite time frames. My favorite times for day trading, 1 day 1 minute, 5 day 5 minutes, sometimes 10 day 10 minutes I do, and daily charts, hourly chart, 4-hourly chart. I mean, as a beginner, I suggest if you are a day trader. Day trader means you can start looking at 30-minute chart, right? So 10 days worth of data in a 30-minute candlestick chart, right? If I want to take a look at 3 months of data, from last 3 months, market is keep going up and up and up, right? So how do you want to take a look at the data, right? So I wanted to trade penny stocks. Let's say some stocks that BBH. I mean, ideally, I don't tell anybody to trade penny stocks. Penny stocks are good if you want to, throw some money on it and then make some good money and then, like, cash out. But again, all these penny stocks are eventually, if you look at the weekly chart, you see the red line is always above the green line. That means on 1,000%, you cannot make any money out of them if you just hold it, for a long time. Right now, some stocks, see, if you are shorted right away from here, you would have made almost more than, so 109, some 111. If you would have shorted, you would have, just cover it somewhere here, right? Or something like that. Like you have good scope, some stocks like this, if you look at the, they are like, they're not that great. You can just short it left and right, you can make money, right? So this is simple chart which tells how whether you need to hold the stock or sell the stock, right? If you look at on a weekly chart, this 12 EMA is above 5 EMA. That means it's a bearish indicator. So the red is above the green. That means it's like somebody is like sellers or people shorting left and right. Lot of big guys. How do the BlackRock? They make huge money. They short it left and right. And that's how they're all billionaires right now. Multi-billion companies. So you can find a lot of opportunities like this, and you can short as well, right? So I want to look at some stocks, something like this, right? So this is the bearish. Let's say some stock like recently UPST also. If you look on a weekly, if somebody is a swing trader, if you are, let's say you are a very passive trader and you don't even want to, trade market even like in 3 months once you come back and take a look at stocks, what to invest and things like that, right? So on a weekly chart, I do like, okay, UPSC stock around 409, you short, and then you come back and cover it when start moving up, right? When it start moving up, then you can cover it by at this point of time. So if it has shorted, you would have made very good money. And at least right now, you would have bought the stock around $15, and still it is continues to do much better. So we need to find stocks like this, right? That's the ultimate goal, to make money. So this is one stock like this, okay? And if you're a long-term swing trader, use a weekly chart, okay? And if you are a kind of I wanted to take profits in a month or 2 or 3 months, then use a daily chart. Daily chart also UPST we had a buy for almost $11. You can start by. So look at a weekly chart first. See whether you are buying signal. I know more traditionally, more conservative approach on a weekly. The stock is really had a nice run up, and then it is above the 5 and 12, and then that means it's breaking out. Stop. Okay, so I want to find some stocks like this, right? I want to find some stocks. How do I do it? So I'll just give a quick scanner for this. So imagine you wanted to buy a stock. This is a scanner section right here. So I clicked on the scanner tab and I remove everything right here. I don't want any of this. So I want to start something fresh. So I go to scanner tab, and then I want to find a stock which is build or ask something. I want close. You know what is close, right? On particular day, what's the value of the stock when the stock market was closed, right? So take a look at the close. I want to find a stock, anything above 10 to, let's say, around $50, right? And also want to find a stock with a market cap of at least 1 billion or 5 billion. Let's say I'll do 5 million. 5 million. Sorry, this is 5 billion actually. Then I want to put that condition, right? I'll go to the study. I'll do a EMA crossover. I select a moving average crossover. I'll select the exponential moving average crossover. 5 cross about 12. There are a lot of things, 15 and 30 also. You can do those also. So I'll do it on a weekly and find out what stocks are actually. Yeah, these are all 5 billion stocks, which, I mean, if you have a portfolio, good portfolio, you can start rolling the money, right? So if you look some of the stocks like this is Billy Chinese, and you want to know the what is the I think this. Let me take a look here. Stocks, symbol market, or sub industry. So this is called sub industry. I want to know the industry. Yeah. Okay. I want to know what is the industry, what stock is all about, right? So VZ stand for media. VK is also real estate services. This is also good stock. Actually, the money is rolling into the stock. And gold stock, GFI is also like coming pretty good. So, and Kruger is good. Take a look at okay, DSK, some stock. Okay, I'll take Kruger right here, which I know. So Kruger, that means which is see, Kruger is now trying to gap up right here. So Kruger is also a good stock for Warren Buffett. He keeps loading these stocks. He lost this stock pretty much, and this is like I also expect this stock can do good. So you might get some alert from me. So if you look at there's a big gap to the higher level, that's where things happen. Like now, I expect this stock to do pretty good, right? So things like that, I do watch. I also want to watch on a daily chart. I can just take a look at daily chart. So understand the difference between a week and daily, right? So see right now, NCLH is trying to go up, and some stocks, right? QS QuantumScape doing pretty good. Smartsheet, yeah, Smartsheet is also doing pretty good. Yeah, something you can find it which the stocks can. This is only $50, right? Maybe I'll just change it to $500, $5,000. We'll see how much stock shop. Yeah, yeah. Rita, Roku is spiking up, which is good. ASMD, yeah, some stocks. Okta is actually moving up. If you look at that, Okta is moving up, right? Okta is moving up monthly and daily, and it is like 48 to 73 recently. We expect some good run up to higher. So I expect these stocks to do pretty good. So that's what. So I do run the scans quite often and start accumulating some of the good stocks in my portfolio. And same thing you can do. Like, so one this is always like this. When the stock gap down, they eventually gap up also, right? So you need to like find similar stocks which can do pretty much same, right? You want to do something penny stocks, right? Let's say one, and I'll say if you run daily, you get very good stocks like this, right? So yeah, Tilray breaking out, Bluebird breaking out, and some of the stock view breaking out, and see what's happening with this kind of a stock. A lot of penny stocks are now spiking up. If you see, look at the chart, it's breaking out. So you might expect some good cap up. This stock, look at analyze. There's not much because this is a penny stocks. So you might get some insights what's happening, because a lot of these companies, they need money, right? So they will do the funds, and like, okay, stock is moving up, so we expect some good down the line, go back up. So market is cunning, that's what I say. Especially for small stocks, penny stocks, market is always cunning. They want your money. You think you can make money out of them? No, trust me, no. But you need to time it pretty good. You need to time it pretty good for this. Especially market is cunning. I would say why? That's because look at some of these stocks. Novax, $330. It picked up, but now it's at almost it went to $3, 561, and then now it is coming up. So there is something cooking now. Some of these stocks are pretty good to start by. Well, so at least throw some money to just to uh, gradually like keep some tab on the stocks. You never know. They're like from $5 to $8 it came up, and I know like the analyst ratings is so bad because they're not that profitable. So, but I would say like throw something so that like you can. So once you start seeing, right, if you look at this, I see like, okay, this is a consolidation phase. The stock is trying to recover better, right? trying to recover much better, right? So if somebody short it for around $300, right, with this similar $300, 180, yeah, 330, someone shorted would have made like $300 per stock or close to that value. Big guys, they have money, they'll just keep shorting some of the stocks left and right. That's how they make money. Okay, see, this is just one insight how to find better stocks, right? So another, so let's this stock affirm is pretty doing good. If it is like it is moving up, right? If you see the green, the 5 EMA is going about 12 EMA is a good buy, $11. It went all the way 17. It is also similar to UPST or some stock like that. I expect some stock which is, I know, like right now they're pretty bad, but I expect these stocks to go up because of their low float stocks. Same thing with AMC. AMC, we had some stock for $2. So now it is somewhat, it's showing some good recovery. I mean, but this, since it's a penny stocks, it just want to trap all the guys, especially these lean. Okay, if you look at the wicks and then body like this, that means there's a lot of volatility in it. That is like very dangerous stocks. These are. Okay, so this is just to give an insight. Tesla is still struggling to stay higher. I see a lot of selling pressure is happening right now. The moment if say like SPY Apple stocks don't go that good, we might change the we might get into bearish mode as well. So and anything could happen, but just keep a tab. Right now, this is more like consideration base. If you trade Tesla, it will not move more like $15 or $20 movement. It will be like lesser. And also, there is some things I'll tell for options, like what is an expiration, what is the like how far you can go for buying the calls for options, like, okay, shall I buy a $280 call or shall I buy a $300 call, right? Something like that, right? So I'll explain that in next couple of sessions. So right now, if you look at this candlestick, it can move like it was 279, it dropped down to all the way to 262. So $70 move. This is the biggest candle I see so far. So this is very important thing. I expect there is some downtrend for Tesla. I expect around 230 to 240. And this is not the only thing that we do. We also do some support and resistance. Also, how to find the support and resistance of some of these stocks. Maybe we'll explain in the next session. I'm thinking like, I think we can just stop right here and then give some more insights about upcoming things. Yeah, I have some like if you're pretty new, I have some task. At least you can just try to like set up in your chart or try to map it and then just find out something like this. So I have a lot of some other things also to mention, but I'll share these documents one by one as we move to the next sessions. I'll explain a lot of these things in detail, but maybe I'm thinking like maybe just every weekend, maybe probably spend 1.5 hour or maximum 2 hours, and then take it a little slowly, but in more detail, I'm thinking. So if you have any suggestions or any this one, let me know. I will try to follow. And a lot of these sessions will be recorded for all the paid members. I'll share these recordings as well. Yeah, we'll go in more detail. I would say I just want to just get something start for today. We'll be doing more in detail. So other things I'm also doing is I'm doing some algo trading the bots and stuff. I'm working with some like Python and other stuffs. So I'll keep you posted. Next time, if I come across with a bot, I'm going to release it for most people. You can just attach your account with the bots and automatically trades for you. I'm working on that, something solid. We'll keep you posted. Yeah, I'll be sharing the Google Docs sometime. Okay, Rajesh wants to know Zoom chart.
Ray, not to
Rajesh, you have any questions with the Zoom chart? Yeah, Zoom is recovering pretty good here. I think looking like it's going to gap up. I know Zoom was around $120 now. It is kind of, yeah, but it looks like it's a nice ascending chart patterns. If you look at, if I do a trend line, it's slowly curling back up. So yeah, looks like, we expect to do pretty good. So I would say next just, yeah, it is, as long as it can break above 74, you can see the next resistance around 84 around. So 90, yeah, looks like a good breakout for so. Novax, yeah, you can add Novax. You can add more Novax and Affirms. You can start adding more Novavax and Affirms. They're, I think they can recover back. Novavax and Affirms, they both can go back. Now, if you look at Novavax, I expect to gap up pretty good. Yeah, right now it's just going in a sideways, but at least it is far away, $560 to $8. Okay, I might have some buy orders for Novavax. Maybe I'll alert in trades. Yeah. It came up in my scanner too, so I'm expecting some good gap up for all the stocks. We'll see. Yeah, thanks, Sunil. Yeah, if anybody has any question, just unmute yourself and Go ahead and ask. Sayed, do you have any questions?
Hi, this is Sudhir. One question, like talking about Novax, right? Like if I'm buying an option for Novax, like how to decide like if it's like good for like 1 week or 1 month or like 3 months or or like leap calls. Like how do you decide at this point?
See, first thing what I do is, see, you need to look at these stocks price action, right? So one thing I would say is, if you look I look at so there is something called ATR, which is average true range for a week. So let's say right now, if you look at this, the average true range is $2.82 for Novavax. Okay, ATR is around $2.82 for a week. Okay, I mean that could be up or down anywhere else. But if you look, the ATR is going down and down and down. So we at least keep that in mind with at least $2-3 if it is moving a week. And what is the risk? Let's say you want to buy a $15 call. Okay, $15 call when an average, even if there is something change happens. So I'm looking maybe 250 as a more conservative, $250 in a week change. So right now it's 820. So I'm looking around at least 3 weeks of expiry. And yeah, again, when you want to buy a call, try to buy more in the money call for Novavax. In that way, you can make some more profit. So Novavax, now let's say 20, maybe let's give more conservative approach, and I'll take a 4 weeks of my time, and I'm looking around instead of $15, I'm looking around, maybe I'll go with more $10 call or more in the money. I'll try to one or two strike price in the money. I'll try to go so that at least for the, let's say if I invest $1 right now, and for next couple of weeks, at least I should make some. If it moves to $15, then my options in the money premium would be around if I buy a $8 call or a 850, it would be around good 6.5 or $650, something like that. So that's how I see. So always take a look at the ATR. ATR is around right now it is 2.58 something, 2.5. So that means on a week, it can go on an average 2.5 as a conservative. Always give extra room enough in options. Anything can happen. So 2.5 in a week, that means if you want to move like a 7.5 move, expect at least 3 weeks. Give one more week, maybe 4 weeks. So try for more in the money, close to in the money call, and see what happens. It's safer, more safer bet. And to start taking a look at the balance value to see whether any volume is coming up here. So on balance volume is going up. So that means there is slowly institutes are buying the stock. Institutes are buying the stock, which is a good sign. Okay. I would like, definitely think, oh, there's a buyers are coming from March. From last March, there are some buyers are coming in for this stock. So maybe 4 week expiry with more in the money call. Maybe $8.5 call or 25th August or September 1st. Right, don't go too far. Don't go too far because I know, like, if it goes up, it can go down to, let's say you decide $15, like for 0.09 or 0.34. I know, like, by the time it moves here and then expiration date is also nearby, we want to have the option expire more in the money. That is the trick. So it is always better to choose more closer to in the money and looking at the probability. So I'll add one more column here, like probability or implied or okay. There is a probability for this one. If you look, probability to expire, for a $0 is higher. For the 17.5, see, look, there is 90% chance that this will expire with no value. Okay, but as we go further and further, it is going down, which means there's a probability of getting expired within in the money is higher. So it's always is better to go. So I would suggest then taking $8 or $9 call if you're very bullish. So take a look at ATR. This is average true range. Basically, it's an average which gives you how much the stock can move within a day. If you look at some of my stocks, options, I do the same thing. I take a look at the ATR and see how much it can move in a week or a day, and then I'll give you a call. And some things like Nvidia, once I gave around 380 calls. That's all based on certain calculations. That's it. If you put simple math and you understand some of these technical analysis concept, you are well off. You are way well off. You just have to have do some calculations. So if you look right, I gave Nvidia call around, what's this options? Yeah, Nvidia $380 call, which gave almost around close to $2,000 profit. So some calculations you have to do. That's with ATR.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody has no questions, then we can just wrap up. We'll catch up maybe after 2 weeks or next week. I'll let you know. Is the time comfortable for everybody, like evening, Sunday? Okay.
I just had a question on Neo. How do you see that stock?
Neo?
Yeah. Like I have like a couple of stock, but in like 40-50% loss right now.
Okay. I would say start, adding more. Right here, if you see a lot of these stocks are actually gapping up. Neo is also pretty good. If you look at this, is a very rock solid candle. Look at this, almost 10.84 to 14.7. That means a lot of institutes are loading up right here.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so looking at this, if you look at on balance value, the stock was around $7.56. From last May 29th onwards, stock is getting a good buyers,
Mhm.
right? Stock is getting good buyers. You can, I think people are loading in. I expect a lot of these stocks. Same thing like Neo, Expo,
Yeah.
these stocks also like
Mhm.
gapping.
Okay. So good to add now, right?
Yeah, you can start adding more positions into it. EV is the boom, so electric is boom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, thanks for attending. You have a good evening. We'll see you in next week or further next week.
Thank you, Sri.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Shrikant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.